Any public comment? Any public comment? One public comment card. Okay. To Dr. Clyde Williams, public comment. Dr. Clyde Williams, public comment. Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Dr. Clyde Williams, 4115 Bear Road, El Sereno, Northeast LA. Also, I've done a bit of port engineering and design. And one of the things that's coming up right now is that during the discussions of the I-710 South expansion and the various railroad proposals, the Sierra Club is considering a new program for effectively eliminating all truck-bound freight traffic from the port and to get a ship-to-rail system proposed by a couple of different groups to effectively take all port traffic in containers and convey it at least to the Hobart Yard, if not to the Inland Empire and to the High Desert Corridor. That's all.
Dr. Williams, thank you very much. I'm going to ask that we continue item number 4. I'm asking we're going to hold item number 1, pending another council member for joining us. Item number 2.
Under item 2, the Board of Harbor Commissioners submits for council approval and adoption 3 board orders and the accompanying draft ordinances to authorize a grant deed and 2 easement deeds for the conveyance of property rights associated with Anaheim Street Drain and Pump Station parcels 1F, 3DA, and 4DA. And this includes the recently completed pump station and associated pipelines for the discharge of stormwater collected from the area surrounding the Alameda Corridor Maintenance Yard in East Wilmington. The deeds are to be granted by the City of Los Angeles to the Los Angeles County Flood Control District.
And the dispute has been resolved,
Yes,
and your board has approved this?
yes,
Good.
yeah.
Recommend approval. Next item.
Thank you.
Under item 3, the Board of Harbor Commissioners submits a board order and draft ordinance to amend the tariff, Port Tariff Number 4, Section 5 on wharfage by adding two item numbers to the tariff to provide for a 15% reduction in wharfage rates to be applied to zero-emissions vehicles imported or exported through the Port of Los Angeles. CAO has submitted a report and recommendation for approval.
Hi.
Good morning. How are you?
Your name for the record?
My name is Michael DiBernardo with the Port of Los Angeles, Director of Business Development. This item was approved by our Board of Harbor Commissioners, and it has to do with the reduction in tariff rate for electric vehicles that come through the Port of Los Angeles.
It's a good thing.
It's a good program.
For a green vehicle, you get a little break.
You get a break for a green vehicle being imported, correct?
And your board approved it?
Yes, it did.
Okay, so recommend approval.
Thank you.
Next item.
Under item 5,
5.
the Board of Airport Commissioners submits for approval of
Excuse me for one moment, please. Item 3. Dr. Williams, did you want to comment on that?
Yes.
All right. Hold. Reopen 3.
Dr. Clyde Williams, El Sereno. Regarding the waiver or reduction of wharfage fees, I presume that the wharfage fees were originally for full cost recovery, and thereby we're going to reduce it below the full cost recovery. Who subsidizes the additional costs that has to be borne in order to deal with this? Question, will Prop 26 have any influence upon such fees? The city attorney, I don't believe, has made a finding regarding Prop 26 and its impacts upon the fees. Who's going to pay for this 15% reduction? Thank you.
Thank you very much. So that we'll recommend that approval on those items. Item number 4, we're continuing. I see Mr. Bonin is here. Mr. Rosendahl, is he here soon, or?
If it takes him anywhere near as long as it took me to get here from the west side, he should be here around noon.
All right, very well. So with that being said, if there's not any, as a deputy for the 11th District, we're proceeding. If you have any questions, approach the bench. We'll answer them. Item number 5, we're taking up.
Under item 5, the Board of Airport Commissioners submits for council approval a resolution proposing the award of a contract to Link Facility Services for property management at Los Angeles World Airport's land holdings and improvements at Palmdale, California. The CAO has submitted a report and recommendation for approval of the proposed contract.
Good morning, Mr. Labange. Mike Molina, Los Angeles World Airports. This is a contract with Link Services to provide ongoing maintenance for the 17,000 acres that is owned by LAWA adjacent to the city of Palmdale. We want to make sure that we're good neighbors and provide a constant presence in the community, making sure that there's no debris, that the property is maintained well, and we recommend your approval.
Very good. We're joined now by the chair of the committee, and I'll relinquish this here. Is the facility in the city of Palmdale, or is it unincorporated?
It's unincorporated county property.
County of Los Angeles. Thank you, Ms. Hunt. You're fabulous as always. No, you want me to continue, and then you can get your breath right
morning,
there on
Ms.
this
Hahn.
issue here. I wanted to ask too, do you send out a yearly advertisement within the local paper circulating the importance of the facility and what the airport's all about to continue the relationship, which is good to have with the people of Palmdale?
We have an ongoing working relationship not only with the city council and the mayor, but also with the Chamber of Commerce, so that our presence is
And with the people. So I would recommend approval of this.
I would
Okay,
agree.
so order, should I relinquish I was going to relinquish the wheel when I was in the port issues, now I'd relinquish the controls for the airport.
Thank you for carrying on.
Thank you very much.
Very bad. Thank you, Mr. Molina.
This right here, next we could just knock that out. Right here. This right here.
Number 6.
Item 6, the Board of Airport Commissioners submits for council approval a resolution proposing approval of the First Amendment to a contract with Atkinson, Adelson, Loya, Rude, and Romo for legal services relative to public contracting and construction-related litigation for the modernization of Los Angeles International Airport. And this amendment would extend the contract term by 1 year to expire on November 4th, 2011. The CAO has submitted a report and recommendation for approval.
Here, my big question is, why is this a 1-year extension, since the modernization projects won't be finished by then? Are you going out to bid for at the end of the
What
year?
happens, we go out we go out for outside legal services. We do go out for bids. They're handling a proceeding right now, and we just need to have an additional year.
And you just think it'll be wrapped up in a year?
Hopefully, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Recommend approval.
Okay. That objection?
And
No order.
item 7 is a
No order.
similar item. The Board of Airport Commissioners submits a resolution proposing adoption of the First Amendment to the contract with Hunt, Ortman, Palfi, Nieves, Lubka, Darling, and Ma for legal services relative to public contracting and construction-related litigation in connection with the modernization of LAX. This amendment would increase the contract amount by $250,000 for a total contract amount of $750,000 and would extend the contract term by 1 year to expire on November 27th, 2011.
Tim Daze, City Attorney's Office, Department of Airports. Same thing. We just need to have additional time with this law firm. We will be going out for in a competitive process within the next year for the expiring contracts.
So, and why do we need to add this $250,000 to their contract?
They're doing additional work for us and consulting. We contact them for legal opinions and things of that nature with regard to construction. They are construction experts, and we have litigators in our office that handle it in-house, but we do need their expertise on occasion.
So I recommend approval.
So moved.
Thank you very
Very
much.
good. Thank you. Thank you.
Now let's go back to,
Item 1.
Item 1, we
yes.
have a new commissioner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Under item 1, the mayor submits for council confirmation the appointment of Mr. Robert Byer to the Board of Airport Commissioners for the term ending June 30th, 2014. This appointment is to fill the vacancy created by the resignation of Mr. Alan Rothenberg on December 2nd. The City Ethics Commission's Executive Director has reviewed Mr. Byer's statement of economic interests and has submitted her report to the council.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And thank you for being patient this morning. Patience is a virtue. Thanks for, obviously, we always like to thank folks for agreeing to serve as citizen commissioners in the city of Los Angeles, particularly on these commissions that have such an incredible responsibility. And it's I always like to remind people it's a volunteer job. You don't get paid for it. He's like, I didn't know that. But really want to thank you, first of all, for serving. Tell me why, at this point, you are interested in serving on the Board of Airport Commissioners.
Well, I have previously been a commissioner of the City Employees Retirement System. I resigned that maybe 5 years ago because of my workload. I retired from my full-time job about a little bit more than a year ago. I ran into the mayor in December, and he said,
Always
"Much free
dangerous.
time-
Yeah,
much
always
free time do you
dangerous to
have?"
run in the mayor, yeah.
And
wait.
I said more than I used to. He said, "How would you like to help the city?" So it's really that simple, and I would, and I believe I have the time to commit to it. So.
You know, this is, to me, that you're coming in at an incredibly important moment for, LAX. I mean, we really are modernizing this airport. We're looking to upgrade the concessions. There's always issues about safety and security. What do you see as your role in kind of making sure that we continue on this track?
Well, I'm not really familiar with the issues other than what I've been able to read in the very brief orientation that I've had, which is incomplete at this point. So I don't think I can speak too thoughtfully about that, other than I've served on many boards and many types of committees, some dealing with some of the same issues, maybe not perhaps the variety of constituents that we have here. Nevertheless, I love Los Angeles. I love the idea of having this be the gateway to the great city and being the great airport that it deserves.
I mean, that's obviously a great attitude to have, because we feel the same way. Let me just tell you, from the council's perspective, I think sometimes do you guys having like a side conversation going on here? What I think I would say to you is, recently where things may have gone awry with the city council is a sense that there is not complete, open, transparent, fair, accountable process as we are entering into contracts and issuing RFPs. There's millions of dollars at stake for every one of these contracts, and the city council obviously has the ultimate oversight. And recently, on some of the contracts, it appeared to the council that it could have been done better. There could have been a little bit better oversight by the commission and the staff that was involved in that. So that would be my one thing to say, and I've mentioned it to your new president, Michael Lawson, as well. Just make sure that you're always telling the staff at the airport of how critical it is to do it right the first time, because I don't think we want any appearance that in any way, shape, or form there was anything wrong with how we're going through the process on this. And there's a lot more to be implemented.
Of course, understood.
You don't know anything on California Pizza Kitchen, do you? Just going to ask that.
No, but I believe that with my children's frequency, they probably should give me some stock options. They haven't offered that yet.
Thank you.
You grew up in Los Angeles. Where'd you go to high school?
What is now Harvard Westlake School.
Good, okay. So in your life, you've traveled and you've had that experience, I'm sure. Just think of all the travelers. Think of the business travelers. Think of how to make it safe. Think about the airport police, which are very important out there, the airport police, as well as whatever's augmented by LAP, but the airport police are the ambassadors, really, in such a way. And do a great job. Modernize the airport, work closely with Councilman Bill Rosendahl and his staff, and it will be an effective way to contribute. I think it's very nice that you ran into the mayor, And he was able to pick you up because I think your background states that you're someone who gets things done and you're focused. So this would be a great opportunity, because what makes this city is three things: the water that comes and the power that comes, the Port of Los Angeles, and the expansion and economic development, and LAX. Those are generations of economic benefit for all of us. So I strongly recommend you as commissioner. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so you're moving that?
Move it and forthwith. You don't want it in
yes.
council today?
I think you're in council today. Okay.
Today, good, okay.
Good.
See you there.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
You got it. Okay, Janice, it's done.
Yeah, let's
Let's
reconsider
reconsider
two and three.
That's a good, yeah, good job there.
Under item 2, the Board of Harbor Commissioners submits for approval and adoption 3 board orders and accompanying draft ordinances to authorize a grant deed and
We
2
approved them, we're just going to
easement
reconsider them, right?
deeds for conveyance of property rights associated with the Anaheim Street Drain and Pump Station.
Okay,
Move approval.
okay, so moved.
And
three.
item 3 is
The
the port
50%, yeah.
tariff for reduced wharfage rates for zero-emission vehicles.
Great, well, yeah, you want to come up just real quick and, I love this, I mean, I know you already, I know, but I
got it.
I love this. I think this is a great step towards showing our commitment to zero emissions vehicles, and I think it's perfectly appropriate that the port is willing to step up and offer this discount. This is just another way we can send a positive message that we're serious about recognizing, rewarding, highlighting companies that are investing in zero emission vehicles.
Absolutely.
So, is anyone ready to take advantage of this?
Mike DiBernardo with the Port of Los Angeles. Yes, today Nissan is actually importing the Leaf, which is an all-electric vehicle,
I think that's what
they could take advantage of this rate as well.
Very good.
So it's important. That
And how do
move
we get
forward.
this information out? Or how do we?
Our business development team does notify the people that do import cars and advise them of this new tariff item that we have put in. So we do encourage anybody else that's interested in doing importing of electric vehicles to encourage them through the Port of Los Angeles and take advantage of this attractive rate.
Yes. Again, I salute you. I salute the Port of Los Angeles in sending this great message that fits in perfectly with the Clean Air Action Plan. It fits in perfectly with where we're trying to encourage new technology that cleans the air and provides jobs. And really, this is a great move on the part of the port. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I just want to salute the representative of the
And I
port.
salute Mike DiBernardo.
Want to see, okay, good.
Thank you.
That's all right. Very
Yes.
good.
Thank you very much.
Thank
very
you.
much.
Good job, Port of Los
Very
Angeles.
good. That's good to hear.
Greenest port
Well,
anywhere.
Ms. Hahn, you've been very effective in that, so you've done a great job. So you should talk a lot about this because people should know it. Okay,
All right, we'll approve that.
that's it.
Okay, that's it.
Okay, good.
Well-run meeting, Tom Labange.